So probably by the time you've watched this, you've spent a couple of hours with your new Super Mario Bros. 3D All-Stars and you're having a great time. But while you're busy playing that, Nintendo's pulling some bullshit that I just wanted to call attention to because I don't like it, and I think everyone should know about what goes on behind the scenes at Nintendo America. So this article right here comes from Bounding Into Comics and is titled Nintendo Switch Updates Bans Terms Including ACAB and COVID. A recent firmware update for the Nintendo Switch has added several words to the platform list of banned words including ACAB and COVID. According to a singular patch note provided by Nintendo for the 10.2.0 firmware, this latest update introduces general system stability improvements to enhance the user's experience. Shortly after the firmware's release, prominent technology tinker Nintendo fan Oatmeal Dome announced that the list of words banned from the platform was updated to include a bunch of racially charged terms like KKK, slave, Nazi, ACAB, as well as coronavirus or COVID. So let's stop right there for a second. Why is COVID and coronavirus a banned word? Why is YouTube banning it? All these platforms want to ban those words. Are we not allowed to know or discuss the outbreak, whatever's happening, whatever you want to call it, what's basically crippling the world? Why are we not allowed to talk about the thing that affects everyone's lives? Why? I don't know why Nintendo... the other stuff I can say, I can understand why you don't want to have KKK or Nazi or ACAB, but coronavirus is not racially charged. It's something that we talk about because it affects us every day. So next, I expect Nintendo to take out words like influenza or tracheotomy. Any kind of medical term should not be allowed on Nintendo. Only things on Nintendo, if you want to be this stupid about your policy, why don't you take away the ability to communicate? Because you make it a nightmare to operate your interface with the Switch in terms of online gameplay. Fuck, I have to type in a code. I can't just search like I do on Xbox or PlayStation. This is bullshit. I get that you're trying to protect kids, but this doesn't work anymore. It really hasn't worked in many decades. Nintendo, take your family-friendly shades off and shove them up your ass. You know why? 2 words. Mortal Kombat. It didn't work in 1992. It's not going to work in 2020. You're probably thinking to yourself, what's the deal with Mortal Kombat, Jeff? What did Mortal Kombat do? Well, if you're not old enough to remember, growing up with the Super Nintendo, Mortal Kombat was lesser on Nintendo because you take the game home and you're like, oh man, I'm going to play this arcade port. Nintendo's got great graphics, great sound. This is going to be a 1-to-1, and there's no blood. There's sweat. They've removed fatalities. You can do all these other dumb fatalities, but you can't have blood because Nintendo is family friendly. And that switches. And I get if that's your marketing plan, it works, it's worked historically, but what isn't family friendly about coronavirus or COVID? I don't care if this video gets demonetized because of it, I'm just annoyed by this situation. So it goes a little deeper than just, COVID and coronavirus. Because if we go a little further into this article, we learned that phrases like Black Lives Matter are still allowed. We're allowed to have, they're allowed to do protests in the game. Nintendo has nothing to do with it. You can also have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris campaigns in Animal Crossing. So clearly Nintendo of America, if they're the only ones to make this decision, have chosen one side of the political spectrum to represent. Now, are people not able to have the opposite side of the political spectrum? I don't know. If I start seeing posts about you can't put Trump 2020 in Animal Crossing, then there's a double standard. But until now, it's just like, why? Why is Nintendo a game company? Something that, again, you would associate with family-friendly entertainment. Why is Nintendo picking a side? It never works. There are families with different political views across the country. Nobody's going to be 1-to-1 with anybody else, but why make your platform a place for this? Why not let it be like a nice, neutral place to go where you can have fun? Heaven forbid I go play a video game and I'm able to shut my brain off and not have to worry about the modern politics of 2020. Yeah. Anywhere but Nintendo, I guess. Anywhere but Nintendo. Now, Nintendo is not completely innocent of other changes as well. I mentioned at the beginning of this video that you're probably busy playing Super Mario All-Stars 3D. You probably don't realize that some of the things in the game have changed a little bit. So with today's release of Super Mario 3D All-Stars, Nintendo is at the middle of a little more controversy because they replaced an infamous voice clip in Mario 64. So let's just look at the TLDR because, believe me, ScreenRant.com is a TLDR website. Super Mario 64 is heading to the Switch. It's a part of a collection of 3D Mario titles, and a trailer may have shown a really odd change to the game. When Mario fights Bowser, he says the voice line? That's kind of dumb. So long, King Bowser. Which for a number of reasons sounds like so long, gay Bowser. And yeah, I'm going to stop right there for a second. I always thought it was so longy. Like, it's me, Mario, all these crazy Italian stereotypes they want to put onto Mario's accent, which I'm glad they haven't changed, by the way. It's Super Mario, just let it be. All right, he doesn't represent anything bad. I've never heard of an Italian person complaining that Mario is a racial stereotype. I'm sure there are people on the internet looking for attention that'll gladly complain that Mario is a racial stereotype, but you people, figure out everything else in your life before you start bitching about Super Mario. I guarantee you have 10 other problems that are more pressing than getting your feelings out on Super Mario Brothers. Shut up. But yeah, I always thought it was like some weird language barrier thing. Solongi. I know Charles, what's his name, Martinet, or Martinet is the voice of Mario, so he's an American, but or he speaks English. He could be Canadian. I don't know. I digress. But I always laughed at that because I was like, so long, Bowser. Okay. But they've changed it now. The Japanese trailer shows that the voice line's been replaced with bye-bye. But So Long King Bowser is a North American exclusive voice clip. So this game, Super Mario 64 on the Switch, is a port of, I believe, a 1997 update that takes away the backwards jump and a couple other things. And so it's not the American 1.0 version that most people are going to be used to. So this isn't really a big problem, but at the end of the day, I find it kind of frustrating that, again, Nintendo isn't giving you that one-to-one thing. And I know historically Nintendo has made tons of alterations. I don't like them. They used to be really obsessed with taking out any religious references in their games. I think Nintendo of America went overboard in the early days of the NES with their draconian policies because they wanted to appeal to the kid demographic, because the video game industry had crashed here in America. So they were looking for this to be their time. This is their way to get back into the fold, or sorry, to get into the fold here in the West. So they marketed it as a toy, essentially. So how do you get kids to buy toys? How do you keep getting parents to buy more shit? Well, you make sure it's not offensive. It's like the Disney model. But Disney now gets in bed with Chinese communist governments and deals with human rights violations. And Nintendo has a left-leaning policy here in America that might turn off a lot of people. So it's interesting to watch the mighty fall. So Mario, I say these words to you. So long, bye-bye. It's been a fun run. So folks, if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up and share it all over social media. Getting a lot of great interactions on the video, so keep that up and spread the word everywhere. If you're thinking to yourself, Jeff, I don't have but one follower on social media. Why should I share your link? I can just call them up. Share it anyway, because that's what YouTube likes to see, that people share the links. So spread the word everywhere. Go back, if you don't like this video as much and you want to share an old one, go back and share another one. Just share it and help us out. Help us spread the word of WCBS. So folks, we're just a few short days away from Schlocktoberfest, so if you want all of our Halloween horror-related content, you got to join us over on Patreon, patreon.com/worldclassbs. Over there we have tons and tons of content, probably close to 300 different pieces right now, and we keep adding new stuff each and every week. So you get vlogs every other day, you get the After Hours, which has now been rebranded to the Sunday Hangover, and we have commentaries, watch-alongs, opportunities to be on the show, exclusive merchandise, all sorts of stuff like that. So check us out. Link will be in the description below, and join us over there for more. So until next time, folks, and I'm releasing this on Saturday, so next time is Monday. Come back Monday for a longer form video. I've been missing making those, but because of the YouTube algorithm, I kind of have to just, play their game for now. So if you'd like us to be back on our own terms, well, just help us spread the word and help us get out there. So folks, thank you for watching. Appreciate all the support across the board on all platforms. Check us out on Twitch, WCBS Gaming. But until next time, folks, which is Monday, 11:15, always be excellent to each other.